Your team's results aren't lacking because you have lazy people. They're lacking because your team is misaligned. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to fix it. How to get your team to finally push results without you pulling them along. I'm covering the 5 simple but powerful steps you need to take to align your team. This will create a team that pushes you towards victory without you having to pull them. This is the playbook, so let's dive in. Most leaders mistakenly think if I just work harder and hire better people, we will eventually win. That's totally wrong. Without a clear definition for what victory means, even the best people start chasing their own goals, and these rarely align with what the team actually needs. So you and they are incapable of winning because no one knows the actual rules. No one knows the definition of success. So step 1, you can't lead your team if you're foggy about where you're going. You as the leader need to answer 2 questions. What exactly do you want? And what are you willing to sacrifice to get it? And you can't hide behind these feel-good phrases like impact. You need metrics, real measurable metrics. Things like cash flow, valuation, team structure, personal time freedom. So pick it and plant that flag, and until you're crystal clear, you won't be able to align because you won't have anything to align behind. I have to go off script a little bit here because getting clear about what you want is so incredibly difficult, and I understand that. When you are an entrepreneur or a leader or a manager, everything is open, everything is an option. So we get stuck in analysis paralysis. Do I want a higher net worth? Well, the result of that is that you'll be equity rich, but cash poor for an extended period of time. So you think, okay, do I want cash flow? Awesome, I can have that, but now I have no freedom and I'm building for the present instead of developing the future. So we also ask, do I want happy team members? Do I want delighted customers? What is it? These questions are real and incredibly difficult to answer. And the hard truth is that no one can answer them for you. I spent a long time kicking that can down the road. I started a company strictly because I was excited about the prospect of a huge exit. When I got 3 years into it, I had no idea what I wanted. We hit $1 million in revenue in that year, and I thought everything was gonna get significantly easier. Instead, everything got way harder. Now I had even more options than when I started the company. The amount of options crippled me. Where do I go? Because any path I went down was going to come at the expense of every other option that I could choose. But once I asked myself clearly, what do I want? That's when everything started to change. I answered that question, and the right partners came into the business. The wrong people left the business. We attracted the right customers, and we fired others. And we started finally making money, lots of money, because I had defined what I wanted and made the tough trade-offs to get it. There were hard parts. I lost relationships. We lost products that we had to shut down completely. We had clients that left us because we weren't a fit for them anymore. But we actually got what we wanted. We just had to realize that it came at the expense of things that we wanted, just not as badly. So once you answer that first question, the world and the universe starts conspiring to make those things happen because the universe rewards clarity. All right, so that's step 1. First is you gotta figure out as a leader, what do you want and what is it gonna come at the expense of? After you do that, that takes us into step 2. Look at your team and ask yourself, honestly, is this the right team to win the specific game that we're playing? We've just defined what the rules of the game are. You either need to coach them up or fire them. You have to make the hard changes. Alignment doesn't mean everyone likes each other. It means everyone is sprinting towards the same finish without you having to drag them. And here's the hard truth. If you want extraordinary results, it's going to only happen with extraordinary people. So many people want to put garbage in and expect a polished product out. That's not how it works. You can tolerate B and C players and avoid hard conversations, or you can have those hard conversations, fire the people that don't fit, and coach up the people that do. The cost of your future is your current life. You have to give that up if you want the future life that you're desiring. Being a CEO or a leader means making hard trade-offs. It's what you signed up for, so be grateful when it's hard. If it was easy, everyone would do it, and then the rewards wouldn't be worth the grind. All right, step number 3. Once you have the right people, define winning together. Not what personally makes you look good, but what's winning for the entire team as a whole. Because here's what happens if you don't. Each member of the team starts creating their own scoreboard. Winners want to win. Sales will celebrate deals, even if they're unprofitable. Operations will celebrate efficiency, even if it's slowing growth. Finance will celebrate cost cutting, even if it kills momentum. Everyone feels like they're winning while the team as a whole is actually losing. So you need one scoreboard, one mission, one shared definition of success. And the magic is when you define winning together, you don't just get compliance, you get commitment. Because if you do it right, everyone helped build the scoreboard. They're emotionally invested, they're bought in to hitting it. And that's when real alignment and real momentum start. Step number 4, build a real scoreboard. Now that you've defined what winning actually looks like, you need a scoreboard that actually reflects reality. Most founders make the fatal mistake of measuring just 2 things, revenue and profit. And then they wonder why they're growing revenue, why the culture collapses, or they're cutting costs but losing customers. Real winning is multidimensional. So your scoreboard needs to measure multiple things: employee health, customer loyalty, cash generation, impact, profit. Even if one of those metrics is falling apart, you're not really winning, at least not in the long term. You're just surviving. That scoreboard is going to keep everyone honest from every department, every team. It shows you the full picture, not just the part that's easy to celebrate, because your business isn't about looking good. It's about building something that's going to outlast you. Step number 5, make the scoreboard omnipresent. If the scoreboard only comes out at quarterly meetings, you don't have a scoreboard. You have a dust collector. It should show up everywhere. Weekly executive meetings, department stand-ups, one-on-ones, Slack channels, town halls. Every single conversation should tie back to, are we winning, are we losing, and why? When you do this right, 2 things happen. 1, high performers push themselves. You don't have to push them anymore. And 2, low performers expose themselves. You don't have to hunt them down. The scoreboard becomes the manager, and clarity becomes the culture. So if your team feels slow, distracted, chaotic, stop blaming effort and start fixing clarity. Here's your full playbook. Number 1, get clear on what you really want. Number 2, build a team that can win that game that you've just defined. Number 3, define company-wide and with your team what victory looks like, not just department goals. Number 4, build a real holistic scoreboard that takes everything into account. And number 5, make it the heartbeat of your company. Most teams don't lose because of bad people. They lose because the leader never defined what winning actually meant. So define it or drift towards failure, 1 inch at a time. If this video gave you clarity, hit the like button, subscribe for more real frameworks that help you scale without the grind, and drop a comment. What is the number 1 metric that you would put on your company scoreboard?